Hello everyone and welcome back to the Chitty Chef, the show where the food might be chitty but the beer definitely isn't. Today I'm drinking one of my favorites, the Gaelic Ale from Highland Brewing. And today, I made this last week, I didn't really tell anybody about it unless you are on one of my Snapchat exclusives. We're making lasagna with eggplant. So let's go ahead real quick and look at the ingredients and what we need to do.
We'll need salt, garlic powder, Italian seasoning, red pepper flakes, pasta sauce, onions, jalapeno, eggplant, ground beef, sausage, ricotta cheese, Parmesan cheese, basil, chives, parsley. And first thing I did was cut the top off the eggplant, and then I just take a vegetable peeler, a potato peeler. You don't have to do it, but I just decided I didn't want the skin on there. For this part, I sliced the eggplant in half, and the easiest way I found out, keep your hands flat, put the half on the cutting board, and then just slice all the way down, and you're left with, I don't know, maybe a 1/4 inch slice. Came out pretty good. Lay your eggplant down on a rack, and now it's time to salt it the coolest way you know how. Pretty good.
We have our eggplant salted. It's gonna release all the moisture. We're gonna pat it down. That's gonna take about 20 minutes. In the meantime, we are going to brown our meats. And I'll show you the proper way to do this. This is a foolproof method. Okay, everyone, welcome to Being Brown 101. Let's go ahead and start with the vocabulary words. How do you pronounce this word?
Yeah, that's called Sprite. Yeah, Sprite.
Wrong. When you're brown, you pronounce it as Sprite. And if you want to be really brown about it, you take this off, and now you just pronounce it as Sprite.
As Sprite.
Perfect. Let's continue. Okay, kids, you're doing pretty well. Let's play Name That Object. What is this?
Yeah, that's called a sandal. Or we call them flippy flappies.
No. Remember, it's Green Brown 101. This is actually called la chancla. It's used to discipline children and adults alike and occasionally for walking. Now, it is inevitable that being brown will get you pulled over or stopped on your bicycle or your car or anywhere you are just for being brown. So, what do you tell the cops? And this is very, very important. This is actually the most important lesson. What you do is you say, "Mi no expliqui English." Okay? One more time.
Me no speaking English.
Perfect. Good job, everybody. Congratulations. Passing Being Brown 101. Time for graduation.
I took all the sausage out of the casing and then decided to put it in a hot pan to get really, really brown. Next, you want to pat your eggplant dry. Drain off all the oil from the spicy Italian sausage and leave it in a bowl to the side, and then delicately place your ground beef in the same skillet to brown as well. For our ricotta, we just have a bowl of parsley, add in a bunch of ricotta. That looks to be about the right amount. I gave it a mix with a fork. Now you want to crack 1 egg in the parsley ricotta mixture and then add a whole bunch of basil and then give it a nice little whirl. You can never go wrong with more cheese, so I hit it with some Parmesan. And since Hangover Brother isn't here to eat this delicious food, we're gonna put some red pepper flakes in there. At this point, I put some of the eggplant on the racks in the oven, so pull them out when they're starting to get a little golden brown. Realize you have cheap oven stuff and burn your finger. While the beef is still browning, add some olive oil into a nice big pot. Give it a nice little whirl. And then you want to add in your onions and then the spicy green boys, the jalapenos that I cut up. I only did one. I could have done a lot more because it was a lot of sauce. And let that simmer.
It ain't no fun. The homies can't have none. That's enough. That's enough.
Once your onions start getting a little clear, it's time to add in your jar of homemade pasta sauce that you made at home and give it a nice little whirl. Once that's all nice and stirred up, take your ground beef and your sausage that you have mixed together, add in about half, then mixed it all up, added another jar of homemade tomato sauce, a little bit of water, and then get it all together.
You gotta jazz this thing up a little bit. So I already put some garlic powder in it because I forgot garlic. We're gonna do a little bit of red pepper flakes as well. And then, I don't get paid for this, but this is one of my favorite hot sauces right now. Tabanero extra hot sauce. It's not all that spicy, but it's got very, very good flavor and a good amount of spice to it. Hangover Brother isn't here, so we're gonna do it up. If he thinks it's too spicy if he comes home, oh well, he cooked himself some stuff. What you want?
I've added all the spices and everything, a little bit of water, and I lowered the heat, and I'm gonna let it reduce for at least a half hour so it gets all delicious. Now is a great time to call your mom because one, she would like to hear from you, and two, let's be real, we really don't have any friends. We are going to need some more basil for the lasagna. So what I did was I took all the basil leaves, and then the easiest way to do this, you just want to start rolling it up. Now make sure you roll it up nice and tight. That'll give for a better product. And then you grab your knife, and what you want to do, no, wrong video.
I'm not mad that you went there. Disappointed. I'm gonna cut it. Shit for 9. It's all rolled up. Cut it all the way down. Gorgeous.
For the next step, I oiled a pan and put a base layer of the sauce, and then you just start layering the eggplant on top until it covers the whole tray. Next, you want to start putting your ricotta on top and then spreading it out evenly, or as evenly as you can get it. For this lasagna, I'm doing 2 layers of cheese. The first one is going to be low moisture mozzarella, or 2 types of cheese, that's what I meant. Low moisture mozzarella. The second type of cheese I'm using is the Fiesta blend, because sabes que? I like the party, baby. And after all the cheese, you want to do a layer of fresh basil that we done sliced up. That was the end of our first layer, and then you just repeat the process over again, adding more sauce and cheese and eggplant and all that goodness. I made what ended up being like 2.5 layers of the lasagna. I used the perfect amount of sauce because that was everything that was left, and then just finished off, top it with a nice little layer of cheese on top. At this point, I lifted up the lasagna and I thought, that thing feels pretty heavy. Let's see how much it weighs. I weigh 185.4, And then I grabbed the lasagna, no tricks here, and it came out to 197.0. That's a hefty boy, ladies and gentlemen, that is hefty. I had already put it in the oven, and then I realized this cup might runneth over. So I put a tray down underneath.
For about 20 minutes. Let's take a gander. Ooh, that is very hot. Oh no! As you can see, oh, the cheesy sticky. Now for this part, I'm going back to the Fiesta cheese blend because I'm having a party of one. That means you're lonely. Put some of that on there. Anyway, I think this thing's got enough cheese already, but you can never go wrong with a little bit. Pop this back in the oven. You guys don't eat foiled cheese? Are you too good? Yeah? You too good for foiled cheese? Freehanding it here, ladies and gentlemen. It starts to spill over. There's a mess in the oven. I don't know how bad it is, but I heard all the sounds going. But this looks delicious, and it's already melty enough, so I'm going to let it sit for about 20 minutes and then cut into it. Boy, this beauty has sat for about 20 minutes. Lasagna soup. There you have it. I added some fresh chives on there. And what I'm looking for now is a piece that has the eggplant in it, because I already kind of had a piece, so I cheated, but that was very hot. The eggplant, you gotta be careful. Excuse me. The eggplant on the outside might not be all that hot, but on the inside, it can be lava. So fortunately, I avoided getting my mouth burned, but that was very, very hot. But it still tastes good. A lot of people say that eggplant is smushy and slimy, but if you prepare it the way I showed you, it actually has a good texture to it. I probably could have roasted it just a little bit more and made sure it was drier, but I had like 4 things going on at once on top of filming, so overall, still pretty good. It was good, but Sasuke. After eating that, I am ready for a little nap. Necesita. That is, it's heavy. I could have used probably 2 more eggplants to kind of balance it out because there's a lot of meat sauce, but I think my heart is gonna be stuck. I'll probably need to walk it off for about a day at least. And then I'll be good to go. Hey.